This is a heavier one.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get things close to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey you guys, it's Carrie with Contagious Living, and today I'm going to talk to you about something a little bit heavier on my heart. Because Jesse, the man behind the lens that you have yet to see or meet, caught me having lunch today, and I was on a little bit of a tangent. And I'm just feeling like contagious living right now, being today is March. We're in the middle of the coronavirus outbreak and we are told to stay home, really disconnect from each other. I've got events that I'm supposed to speak at. I probably won't be able to. There's, the NBA is canceled, Disneyland is canceled. And worst of all, we were talking about how schools are canceled. And I talk a lot about suicide and depression, and then I talk about this upbeat space called contagious living and being happy and finding the joy on the biggest levels of everything that we do. And I just had a bit of an aha moment with Jesse talking, because it made me realize that my bridge story about not jumping and my joy of contagious living and helping people to find a way out of loneliness, it's all come together right now with this coronavirus, because contagious living has been ours for so long. And it's just now coming out to you guys as we create it. And now it really means something else. Everybody's afraid of this really contagious coronavirus. So I'm concerned because the people that need to be contagiously reached out to and loved on the most are a lot of people that are going to school every day. School is their way of escaping a home life that's, as we all know, they aren't all perfect, and we all come from a different space at home. And so as an adult who gets to live with amazing humans who share their backdrops of growing up in their homes, I'm realizing there's lots of kids, lots of children and teenagers, those teenagers that we hear that get in trouble for doing really awful things like school shootings and hurting people because they're hurting. And so I'm concerned that contagious with this virus means that we're contagiously taking these kids out of schools. And now we've got people at home that really need to be at school, that really need to be at work. There's people who really find more value in sharing space with you and me in the world and in our interactivity. So I'm fearful of suicide going up, because we've got people that are depressed that are hiding that depression by being around you and me. And now they are at home and they're alone. So I didn't really have a space and no direction from Jesse back there other than just to spill it out. So in this raw moment, I guess where I'm going with this is, if you know that kid that sits in the back of the classroom and he doodles instead of listening, and he sits alone, she sits alone, or maybe hides out in the bathroom or up in the locker room or outside at the football field instead of with you at lunch. You know who I'm talking about, those kids that are isolating themselves. We think that it's because they want to be alone or they don't want to be a part of our world. And I 100% don't believe that. I believe that they are just waiting for an invitation, a sincere invitation to join them. So maybe in this coronavirus and this whole thought of contagious, maybe we can turn it around and flip that flaw, and we can really own contagious living and really make a movement right now out of contagious living. So I want to challenge you, but I want us to do a warm heart challenge. I want you to reach out. Those of you kids on Facebook, on Instagram, reach out to those kids that are the lonely ones and just say, hey, you don't seem like you're really that outgoing at school, but I worry about you when you're not even at school and when you're at home and when you're alone. And think of people that you know. Think about your grandparents. I got a mom that lives in Arizona, and the thought of her being isolated there because of this, because of her age group, I've been picking up the phone more. I've been calling her. I've been FaceTiming. Hey, Mom, it's me. And she's like, again? But I just want to make sure that nobody gets lost in the shuffle of this contagious coronavirus. So I want you to be contagious with your heart. And I want you to reach out to people that are susceptible to things much worse than the coronavirus. And that's people that are thinking about jumping. We want to offer up a safe space for people to talk and be connected. And you know what? Wouldn't it be awesome if you reached out to that one person at school and maybe you made a friendship through this worrying about how they are, and then they see that you're authentic because you did reach out to them? What if you made a really cool friendship? So I'm just signing out and asking you guys to be contagious in a better way than the world is asking us to feel contagious about each other. Let's flip that flaw. Let's connect our hearts. Pick up that phone, say hello, do a little FaceTime. Somebody might say, I don't even know who you are. Then you FaceTime, Zoom, talk to people, stay connected. Thanks, you guys.